It's rolling.
We're good.
Pullers ready?
Good. Clap it in.
There we go.
It's not official.
We were talking shit about
your
your clapping ability.
It's horrible.
It was so cold though. Like I didn't want to clap hard at all. I didn't want to clap hard at all because it was so cold. Yeah, it was like it came rolling, and it was like
My hands are like...
little like. If you do it right though, like you get like the good like.
I'll work on it. I'll stick my hands in the freezer and try again.
Yeah.
I guess this is like an extra bonus thing. I don't know where this is gonna go, but I just wanted
It's in
to.
the extended footage.
Yeah, the extended footage. Because the shit we're gonna cut out of the other video, this will go in that and play. It's like,
there we go.
Yeah.
actually, it's not a bad idea. We should be like technical difficulties, like, and then go into this.
Yeah.
Go from there. So,
Sure.
the reason we are all here is Julz wrote a script 5 years ago?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
And then last weekend, this ragtag crew of people put it together.
Core 4.
Core 4. Plus Aidan,
Yeah, Aidan's
who's in here.
and all of the people that acted in it.
And everybody else that's in it too. So I wanted just to take a little bit because we had the podcast set up anyways and just talk about it, what went on, what happened, how we feel about it. And I don't know who wants to lead off.
I'm going to lead off.
Please lead off.
Okay.
By saying,
Michael's is the best ice cream in town.
yeah, this is only for Michael's promotion. This is fuel right here. This is great. No, I want to start off by publicly and personally thanking every single one of you guys. I just can't tell you, like, it's truly, I don't know about you guys, but it's completely changed my life.
Yeah.
Seeing something like that literally from my head come out.
Wait till you actually see it in the edit.
I've seen stuff on like, the monitors and stuff, but I haven't seen the whole thing, and I can only imagine. Seeing it in real life was so cinematic that it was amazing. It was so awesome, and I can't thank you guys enough. No one was paid. We all just said, let's do it. And it's amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Yep, you're very welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
And
Thank you very much.
I am humbled and thankful for being allowed to have a part in this because this is something that I picked up a camera for in the first place. And yeah, it was to make money and yeah, it's to be free and be able to travel, but like telling stories and bringing things to life is what I want to do with the camera. And it was so cool, like you said. And from the first time you showed me the script, we even talked about it until last weekend. And we put damn near 50 hours all together, at least. We were right at 50 hours, and there was a little bit more here and there, but like 50 hours in 3 days to get this thing done.
For something that's like going to be 12 minutes long, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I meant to text you last night.
Yeah.
The raw footage, unedited, with only like a couple gaps and like the days, so I know what's what, is 45 minutes total.
25?
45.
45?
It's 45 total. Yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh.
there's some of those like that car take where we rolled it 3 times.
Yeah.
I didn't cut any of those because I needed the spike in the beginning and blah, 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 all that stuff. But like,
Wow.
it's 45 minutes total. So
Holy crap.
I'm humbled and I'm appreciative because, I mean, for all the help that you guys put in and for being allowed to like do all the stuff that I did for this, it was really cool to watch. And there were some fun, awkward situations. And,
Yes.
But like, it was so cool, like to problem solve and to fix things. It was just a really cool experience.
So let's just kind of go down the table and say who is who, what they did, and
yeah, that's probably smart.
yeah.
Jaylen, you haven't spoken yet. Go.
Bingo. Well, first off,
It's
I
your
wanna
boy.
Say,
It's your boy.
but first off, to piggyback a little bit,
Yeah.
not only bringing things to life, but bringing people together.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know you two before this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is a thing like a script, words.
Yeah. It's
A camera can bring all this, not only people together, but things to life. You know, that's
yeah.
another
Colby,
cool.
you said it really awesome that like we were just, I feel like we were all just like in love with each other, and it was like this big family, and it was, you said it was a really good family for like three days, and
Yep.
like nothing else that was happening in real life was happening or even mattered. We came in
Yeah.
here and
Except
ate
for
burritos.
cleaning the toilets.
Yeah, yeah, you had to do that. We came in here and ate in between like a night scene and a day scene, and I was just like, why am I here? Why am I in here? Why am I not back in the movie?
Yeah.
It felt more real, but yeah.
But
Okay,
yeah,
who are you?
back on task. Well, first off, my name is Jaylen Prater.
It's your boy.
It's your boy, Maddie.
I can't get that out of my fucking head, and I can't get that song out of my head at all,
That's a
dude.
great
vibe?
song.
Yeah, I can't get it out of my head at all.
That kept us alive.
Yes.
But for the film, I did pretty much all the lighting, Everybody consulted pretty much on everything.
and you did a
back
little
and
bit of
forth
everything,
all
really.
weekend, but lighting, audio, a little bit of set design, if you want to call it that, but
Yes.
moving around rooms, kind of a lot with Colby's help here. Making things that didn't look so great look
Yeah.
somewhat presentable.
Yeah.
And like I said in the podcast we did before this that like I said Colby, but like you as well. Like there was no way we could have gotten anything done without the two of you. Period. Regardless of what you and I wanted to do, or even have Aidan. Like the two of you, clutch as fuck for the whole weekend, doing all the things, being OCD about things, and making sure things looked right and sounded right, and were lit well and were set up right, and like. I mean, I think you looked at about every single frame before we hit record. So you were over my shoulder a lot looking at that to make sure everything looked right and everything was well lit and stuff like that. So that was super clutch. Who are you and what did you do?
I'm Colby Lykins, and I just kind of did whatever everybody needed done, really. I mean, if somebody
were
needed a
definitely
drink,
an assistant
Clutch as
director.
fuck.
You helped me direct so many moments that which is what I asked you in the beginning, and you knew when to step in, and you knew I would say, okay, that was great, let's go again, and I always, you were right there over my shoulder, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And you did everything that anyone needed, and you acted in it, and your character, it pulled the whole thing
Yeah,
together.
not only acted, but acted really well. Like,
Yeah, you're a
Thanks, guys.
of
phenomenal
all people,
actor.
you came out swinging.
well,
It was
I mean,
great.
the whole time I was kind of like walking around being stupid the whole time. So I feel like no matter what I did, you were going to be a little bit like, oh, okay, he's actually acting now. He's not just being dumb.
He's not just running around being Colby. I think the cool thing for me watching you, I tried to remove myself from everything as many times as I could and watch it from afar. Kind of like pull myself out and watch it. Like I said, like I knew you were over my shoulder looking at the camera. I knew if something was wrong, you'd tell me. Same as you as well. But the cool thing for me was watching you, and when you chose to step in and give the input to her about what the actors needed to do, and the small little bit of input, you went straight to her, quietly told her, and I jokingly said some shit to you about that, but like it was very tactful the way you did that. Step in, go to Julz, hey, I think this, blah, 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 blah. She said, okay, I think you're right. You went to the actors, told them, relayed it. There was a small conversation every time, and then it was like, go. And that was always, I don't think there was any time when that wasn't the thing that was needed to be said to
Yeah.
get things to work out
To
right.
continue. Yep.
And that was so, so impressive to watch.
Yeah, because
And-
it was in some of the most important moments.
Yes. And that's something that could be, I mean, I could talk longer about that, but that was very impressive to watch.
Well, I think for all of us, it's just like, okay, so we know this is Jul's idea. It comes from her.
Yes.
So my goal coming in, and I told her from the beginning, was to take her idea and make sure it was translated the best way that I possibly could help do that. And I know that's what you guys were doing too.
Yes.
And I think that we did a really good job collectively.
Yes.
Definitely.
Who are you?
Yes. I'm Julz.
If they don't know already.
I'm Julz Stewart, and I wrote this bad boy and directed it. I tried to direct it. I didn't know what I was doing, and I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot.
You did a great job, and I think, again, from my perspective, looking at it, did a fantastic job of bouncing everybody's strengths off each other. Going to you for things, going to you for things, going to me for things, going to passing something off to Aidan or whatever it was, or going to the talent, hey, what do you think? Or hey, I think I heard everything you said to pretty much everybody. There were a couple times I wasn't around, but like, there were times, I was in the back seat of the SUV. I was in the very back of the SUV, and you're laying on the
That's
floor
not a
of
seat,
the SUV.
man.
Yeah.
That's a trunk.
Yeah, I'm in the trunk of the SUV. You're in the back seat, laying down, holding the microphone. I'm watching the monitor and triggering the camera as Colby's driving and people are acting
Recklessly.
Yeah, recklessly. And you're back there and going, "Hey, we need this. Hey, hit the vape. Hey, blah blah blah, whatever." Like, so good at looking at the details and pulling those things together. And that was also impressive for me to watch, especially it being the first time. Really, this is the first time any of us have done anything like this, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worked on some big feature documentary stuff, but this is the first kind of narrative film, and especially something with this small of a crew that is so solely on this group of people
Yeah.
to complete and
Yes.
follow through every step of the way. That's a lot of responsibility, no matter if it's a 10-minute film or in 2 hours and 10-minute film. That's
for sure.
You realize how much of a weight that carries once you start
No,
rolling.
that's the thing. Is if something's wrong and we fucked it up,
Right.
Yeah.
It's us. We fucked it up.
Yeah.
This is it.
Either you didn't see it, or I didn't see it, or you didn't see it, or it's lit wrong, or the audio's bad, or like we fucked it up. And I've been through all the crucial scenes, and everything is right. The video, the light is great, the acting is great, the visuals are great, the audio is great. There's nothing I've seen so far. Like I said, I pulled out all of the scenes that we knew were like takes that we wanted, and everything. I mean, there's little bits here and there. I'm gonna have to like add some saturation here or pull some highlights down, but like it's all small things like that. And it really is like this small of a crew to pull that off. I mean, really, it was only like 10 people total, right?
Yeah.
If that.
Including the talent, yeah.
Including talent, 10 people to do this. And this isn't going to be a huge, long thing. It's not a feature-length movie or anything, but still, it's pretty fucking cool to see everybody do that here in this town, and people that donated houses, time, resources. You know, we put our own money into this. We put our own gear into this. We put our own energy into this, girlfriends into this.
You came from Chicago.
Yeah, you came from Chicago for this. And that's pretty cool, and it was really impressive to watch. And again, you know, like pulling myself back and watching it, even it's not really out of body experience, but like pulling myself back and watching even myself. Like I told Colby earlier, the weirdest experience for me was like Colby and Jaylen are up here holding the little sheet, and she's on the bed, and I'm laying on the bed too with the camera in my hand, and Krista and Destiny are over here in the corner watching, and you're over there with ice trying to get goosebumps,
and I'm like
trying to record goosebumps.
It's blasting. No one can see each other.
It's all foggy and smoky. You can't see shit.
We've been in there for 3 hours.
Can't breathe, can't smoke, nothing. But like, it was such a surreal experience because I'm trying to record goosebumps on this girl that we're all watching trying to happen that never did, but it was just so cool. And like looking at that objectively, it was like, that's fucking cool. That happened. And I think where you were motioning towards me, Matt Brinker, I did.
That's exactly what I was
I guess director of photography. I'm going to edit the whole thing and produce it, I think is what you would say, and whatever technical jargon and shit they use. But really, my job was just to try to bring this thing to life with the help of you all. And without everybody else that did this thing, I don't matter. And that's the thing with all of us is without each and every one of us, including the talent, including the donations, including Aidan and blah, 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 this thing doesn't happen. And that's pretty fucking cool. And that's what I'm excited for. And that's what I'm pumped about. So anything else? What do we have? Is that it? What are we going to do with this? This is what I've already been getting tons of questions about.
Yeah, no. I mean, there are things, and those will all be revealed in time. I want to shout out to the two. Well, we had background. Thank you to everyone that was background that came, and also. I think every single one of you guys were trusting me. Like, we had this nailed down so tight, the shot list, everything, the gear.
That's what I was going to say. Organization.
Yeah, that was
great.
huge.
You did a really good job.
Well, I think that we knew that it was going to, like, when it comes time, you're not going to want to mess with that stuff. And but really, I think you guys were, I think there's a few times, like the week before, we were like, yeah, everything's ready. We just got to make sure that the acting's right. And we were all like, here we go. Here, you guys were trusting me. And it felt so good to get in there and see Destiny and Kendra. They're not here, but let me tell you what. They just blew us all away. I was blown away completely
for sure.
by their talent.
John and Amanda too. Like,
John and Amanda, John and Amanda did absolutely amazing.
I played that clip back of Amanda.
That's what I was saying. When she
you have
pulled
flashbacks.
in there, it was.
I have flashbacks. I can't I have flashbacks. She made that so real.
Yeah,
it was crazy. So good. Such a good. The people in it were just so great. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you to them.
That's probably something else I would like to touch on is really what it took to bring this together was all the pre-planning. And in any meetings I have with any prospective clients, I talk so much about pre-production. There's really 3 legs to any production. There's the pre, there's the day of or days of, and there's the post. But really, the pre-production is like 50%.
Without the foundation,
it's like 50% of everything, and I think you would agree with that. Like it's at least most of it.
Definitely.
And then you can always fuck it up day of or post, but like you're probably fucked if you don't take care of the pre-production. So
yes, we were all going back to that.
Yeah.
Let me see that list. Let me see that script. Let me see that, and that was
and
huge.
I feel like you and I have been on some we've seen other projects. You guys have seen other projects. You've seen things that are unorganized and things that aren't put together well. And And we knew that we didn't want to fall into that.
Yeah.
We really just didn't want that.
I don't have a lot of
same
personal
thing to
experience
happen,
with that.
so.
I think you all probably have more than that
Yeah.
of me, because most of what I've done is myself. And if it's disorganized or screwed up, it's because I did it.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of experience with that, but
And things go wrong on set. Things don't
Yep.
look through the camera the way you see them in your eyes.
Yep.
It's running with it. It's making it work. It's making it believable. And I think that's the most important thing with any movie or anything that you anything that's fictional
Yeah.
is making it believable, making the characters believable, making the outfits believable, making the makeup believable, the lighting believable, because you don't
Dude,
want it to
also-
look like someone's just got a spotlight on somebody. I mean,
Yes.
that's not what you're
Yes.
looking for.
also makeup, by the way. Krista.
Yeah,
You the
Krista
shit.
did so good. She was
You
so
the shit
great.
girl.
So great.
So good.
I think that the real MVPs for me were the two things I forgot about day one. That damn slider and that damn car fucking
Oh,
mount.
yeah.
That
We
shit
used
that we
those
had in there, but it's just a lot of pre-planning. It's makeup. You had things nailed down. I think we were only really 30 minutes behind here and there a little bit, and everything else
were
pretty much
running.
was like.
We were running.
And when we
Yeah.
were behind, it wasn't. You prepare to be behind. I
Yes.
feel like with projects like this, you write out your time, you write out your schedule, and you think, okay, 2 or 3 hours longer
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
At least I do with this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I was really satisfied with how efficient everybody was.
Yep. The
And
ratchet strap, also MVP. The ratchet
Yeah.
strap for that shot, also MVP.
Ingenuity.
Yeah.
Ingenuity. I
Yeah,
mean that.
we came across a lot of problems
Yeah.
that
Lots.
we just had to solve.
Yep.
Especially with a small production like this, you're like, okay,
Yeah. It's
You can't
just
reach
make
out
it work.
to
There's
the-
no,
yeah.
you don't have time to say, okay, well tomorrow. There's no tomorrow.
Right.
It's every second of every day that we shot. The whole 47 hours or whatever it was used.
Yep.
And we planned so efficiently that we had time to reshoot a couple scenes that
Yeah, that's
we wanted
true.
to get perfectly. So
That's
Yeah.
true. We had
Um,
that's the one thing we had to go back and reshoot.
Then we even got to
I'm
sleep
glad
in
we
that
did.
one day a
Yeah.
little bit more than we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
The third day we slept in
Yeah.
a little bit more
Got to
than we
sleep in.
got to the first 2 days.
Yeah, and I'm glad we reshot those too, actually,
Absolutely.
because once I got those into the computer and I saw them, I was like, ah, and I told her, and she's, well, we need to reshoot, but you planned it well where we had time to do that, and I'm glad we did, because again, once we got into it and I got in more of a problem-solving mode instead of like just a get-it-done mode, I remembered, oh wait, instead of me jacking my leg up on the wall of the tub, I could put the slider across the tub, put the camera on that, and get that shot.
So easy,
or
yeah.
we could put the car mount on the back of it, get the other shot. It was just way easier, man.
it's also props to everyone that was involved that was flexible, that would show up whenever they weren't supposed to, and they had family
Yep.
in town, and Kendra's only in town for a few days,
Yeah,
and
she literally
you
spent
know,
her whole
she was literally
break
busy
here.
24/7 and made herself available.
Yep.
That's another cool thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
about this crew that I think made it work.
For sure.
Made it magical.
So we'll see where this goes. People are asking
yeah.
me. I'm sure eventually this will make its
Oh,
way
yeah.
to YouTube, Facebook type stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But that's
It will.
down the road.
Yeah.
Like this is going to take
Hopefully,
a while
yeah,
for
hopefully
me to
it'll-
edit, and then there's music that has to go into
Yeah,
it still.
yeah.
I have to do all the sounds and the sound design and blah 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 and all that stuff after I edit it and things. Music has to go into it. There's some eyes that want to see it 1st. But there's big plans for this thing. So
Yeah, I'm shooting probably higher than I should.
you
but
are shooting for the
No such thing.
absolute.
I'm going
You're
there.
shooting for Pluto, man.
I'm doing it.
And because I said something to her, and I thought it was kind of a little bit extreme, like, "Hey, let's look at this or whatever." And then she came back to me and was like,
Too small.
"Yeah," she's like, "Too small. We need to be thinking like, ba ba ba
See,
ba."
but
And I
that's
was
the
like,
thing
"God."
is everybody here has big ideas,
Yeah.
big dreams, big goals.
Yeah.
So I don't putting us together in the same room. Everybody else should be afraid of that.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's so
I mean,
true.
they should be scared to death.
We're gonna come kill you.
Yeah, we're gonna kill
I would
everybody.
I would love to hear everyone's like a favorite moment.
Ooh.
I would love to hear a favorite moment.
Favorite moment.
I think from behind the camera, there's a couple for me. From behind the camera, I think the scene where Amanda came up, the fight with the mother, where Amanda came up, just because that was the backlighting and then the cold and the breath and like the acting and the movement in the background, and just it looked like something you would see.
It felt real.
Yeah, it felt
Yes.
real, but it looked like something you would see and something that you pay money to go watch,
Yes.
or that you see on Netflix or Bubble or whatever it is. That one, also the lighting. I know you haven't really seen any of the party scene stuff, but like the lighting in that, so good. The scene where you come up and tell her to go, take your, shoot your shot or whatever it was you said, is just so pretty because the fog and the lights and just everything is just so beautiful.
Yeah, that worked well.
Yeah, so like those are just from behind the camera. Those are mine, and then from other than that, listening to the audio, the voiceovers of Kendra, especially one in particular, gave me chill bumps. Like this is so good and so well translated emotionally through the voice that was very impressive to listen to again. What we got?
You guys thinking?
I'm still thinking.
I think for me, it was basically the same couple of places.
Yeah.
Whenever Amanda really pulled in that car the first time,
She came in hot.
she came in so hot. She slammed those brakes. You heard the gravel.
Oh.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I was like, okay, the car is acting just as much as she is. So
Yeah,
just
she put life in it.
And when she came in there, I was like, wow, okay, yeah, this
We
is
all
good.
had a solid moment of like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, this is too real.
yeah.
This is like realer than real life.
That was, I think that's some of my favorite moments were just with the talent. And I respect you guys so much and your vision and your eyes and my idea. Like if I knew I was doing it, I remember I told Amanda, I said, make everyone here looking at you want to look away. Make them make this hard to watch.
Yeah.
And I remember you came up to me and told me, I think you too. You were like, you were trying to get sound, and I saw you like this, like you were turning your head. And I knew that. And then walking up to Kendra after that moment, and she was in the car waiting to come back out, and she was like a fighter, like going in the first, she's like, let me out there. Like seeing them get excited and then watching your guys' eyes, like, wow, that's my favorite moments was watching you guys look at it like, yeah, this is some real stuff. This is good. That's my fave.
Yeah.
For sure.
My favorite thing, probably of all of it, is it's a combination of everything, right? It's seeing, like I said earlier, like a group of people that never had met before. I briefly knew a couple people, right? Destiny, obviously Julz. And that's about it. Like everyone was new faces, come together, working together. We got it done. It went, the acting was top notch. Like I never really worked with a pro acting.
I've never worked with anybody with experience acting at all.
But that seemed pretty damn good to me.
Yeah.
Like that's just the magic to me is like the team of strangers essentially just coming together to create something for less than 50 hours.
Yeah.
That's
I think
pretty cool.
honorable mention has to go to, I think actually it took the most amount of takes to get right was Kendra and John.
That was a scene. I was going to say that.
It took 13 takes to get right, but that was because we had boom pole working, we had lights, we had 2 talent working, we had lights, we had camera, all moving. Continuous
synchronization between you two and that scene had to be perfect.
Yes.
And them. Yeah.
And
the two actors, right?
And what I was struggling with was like you said, pushing the frame. I was like, oh yeah, pushing the frame. Like I didn't want someone to get out of frame as I was, because we were going around them. We went 1.5 or 2. Did we get 2?
It
was 1.5 at least.
Like a 270,
maybe it was a up and around and almost around again completely.
Yeah. Circle
one
around
shot,
as they're talking, one
shot.
fluid shot, and to see that with the acting and the lights and the audio is fantastic. And then making sure that, like, again, I tried to make sure that last take that every single time that it changed perspective from one to the other, they were pushing the frame. They were right there pushing it to make sure that they were, like, the focus would change to the next person. And it's really beautiful.
Things like that blew me away. Like I really was thinking about that scene and I was like, there's no way we can do this. I was fully prepared for someone to tell me, hey, this is a great idea, but we can't shoot it like this. Like you're gonna see lights, you're gonna see shadows, you're gonna see lights. And I was amazed at how none of you were like, yeah, we can't do it. I was amazed at, like, even you were like, you can see that in the TV reflection. You can see that light. You can see my shadow. You can see, and that's like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's just, if you've never really done this before, because I was amazed. No one was like, yeah, we should probably change that. Everyone was like, no, we'll get it. And
Yeah,
you
we'll
did.
get
You
it.
guys got it. It was amazing.
Props to you guys.
That's the cool thing is too, the TV was a problem. And that was part of the reason why I shot the way I did was John covers the TV and makes sure that we don't get in there and you can't see us at all because of that. And then like that was a problem we had to deal with, and like stuff that I didn't think about until we got in there. I was like, oh shit, like we need to make sure that this is right because I don't want that weird mistake to be in there. People go, oh, like as much as it would be kind of cool, like if
Broke
this
the
thing,
fourth wall.
yeah,
Yeah.
if this thing becomes like as cool as we think it's going to be and blows up, like it would be nice to have some kind of weird lore to it of like who can you see in the background in the television or whatever. But we were at 25 minutes already. That felt like a blink of an eye.
Wow.
This any time behind a camera when you're talking about things you care about, it goes so quick.
I just really want to wrap this up and just say again, thank you to everybody, everybody involved, not just the four of us, everybody involved, all the talent, all the extras, all the people that donated time, energy, cars. The cops were not arresting us.
Yep.
I saw one of them today. He was like, "Hey, did you get that filmed?" And I was like, "How do you know about that?" He was like,
You didn't know, did you? Me and Colby were like,
he was like, "I was in the passenger seat." I was
We
like, oh,
got
"Okay."
this.
The cops were not arresting us. People donated, houses.
Yep.
Really, like it was a huge team effort from a lot of people to get this done, and I'm super grateful and thankful that it is done because I'm exhausted still. I think we all are, but that's my 2 cents at the end. If you guys want to throw something in, we got about 4 minutes left.
just thank you guys. It's a dream. It's
Yeah.
a dream come true because of you guys.
And I really hope this is the beginning of more. And that's where I want to end
definitely
this.
think it is.
I don't want this to be a one-off. And I know you're a little bit further away, but I want you involved in whatever we do going forward. Same. I want to make this into something that, like I said, putting all of us together in a room is dangerous. And I want to be dangerous. I want to execute on things and do big shit.
And it's funny to see where we started at the beginning. I feel like we were all kind of like thrown into a room together, even though we weren't technically, but it felt like we were kind of thrown into a room. And it's like, okay, how can each of us independently study whose strengths are what a person needs to be doing, and where to kind of like figure out how to work together, because that took. I would say the first day was a little rough trying to get into sync with each other, but by the third day, I felt like it was perfect, and just to build a team like that out of just people that you know and you trust, that just says a lot about your vision in general. I think is you knew what you needed and what it would take to get to that point. So,
anything else? I agree with you, Colby.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you
Steve
for
Evans.
watching. Peace. We out.
Down.
Oh my God! Don't do that! No! There's some random ASMR there, Julz. Random ASMR, Julz. Are you ready? I don't want to know what you said.